Hey Globetrotters, it's Kate Pilcher here, founder and guide of Globetrotting. I wanted to ask you a question. Is your partner a beginner rider? If so, in this video today, I'm going to go through the rides that will suit you as an experienced rider or an intermediate rider and your not so confident riding partner. So you've been riding since you're a tot and will consider yourself an intermediate to advanced rider who is desperate to sign up for a horse riding holiday. Except you have one problem. Your partner either doesn't ride or is a beginner rider who can barely post to the trot. So you have three options here. You can A, leave your partner at home and sign up for a dream riding holiday by yourself and meet up with similar like-minded riders when you start your adventure. B, you can ring around and contact all your riding friends and organise to go with them. Or C, if your partner is keen to brush up on his or her riding skills, why not bring them along for the ride by selecting a riding holiday that actually caters for beginner and experienced riders? Is that possible, I hear you ask? A riding holiday where I still can enjoy a canter and my partner doesn't feel like they're holding me back? A riding holiday where my partner can also improve their riding ability in a safe environment and fast track their riding level? I'm pleased to say yes, we have quite a few riding holidays that fit the bill. So you're probably wondering, how does it work in terms of you being able to have a change of pace and your beginner partner still be able to enjoy the ride as well? So our riding holidays that cater for all levels of riding, when the terrain and landscape is suitable for faster paces, your guide will just split the group. So the advanced riders will go ahead with one guide for a canter, while the beginner or not so confident riders will trot or choose a pace that everyone's comfortable with another guide. Once the beginner group catches up with the intermediate group, then the ride continues, as easy as that. Now, these are the benefits for the beginner riders. If you have a partner who lacks confidence or ability in the saddle, a riding holiday is the ultimate training ground to fast track their riding skills. So rather than them signing up for an ad hoc 1 hour riding lesson in a dressage arena or the odd trail ride, a riding holiday is a complete immersion course where you're with your horse for 4 to 5 hours a day for 5 consecutive days at a time. I've seen firsthand how a beginner rider's riding level and confidence skyrockets from day 1 to day 5. It's absolutely mind-blowing and so rewarding to see. Now, the horse and rider relationship. This is obviously super important that your partner has a caring and experienced horse for the entire riding holiday. If they bond with their horse, the sky is the limit with them becoming a horse lover for decades to come. And that, my friend, is a win-win situation for you, as you will be able to go on horse riding holidays every time your holidays come around. The riding holidays that we recommend all have safe, thoughtful guest horses for beginner riders. Trust me, I've seen these wonderful equines caring for the most basic riders without putting a foot wrong. I'm going to go through a list of riding holidays that will suit you and your beginner riding partner. So starting in Australia, we have our Noosa Bush and Beach ride. So based out of the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, run by husband and wife team Alex and Beck Watson. This ride has won numerous awards. It's no surprise with the athletic Australian stock horses, the native bushland and pristine beach that you traverse, and the iconic Australian hospitality. It's the perfect mini break for a couple. So for the experienced rider, you'll love the beach canter on Noosa's North Shore. And for the beginner rider, you'll love that you can master all gaits at your own pace with the tutelage of Alex Watson, an ex-Olympian. Not many beginner riders can say they've been coached by an Olympian. Now, our Man from Snowy River rides in the high country Victoria. These 4 and 5 day rides literally sell out, months and months in advance. Let's face it, we all grew up watching the Man from Snowy River movie and have harboured childhood dreams of traversing the high country on our own Brumby one day. So this ride has it all, but instead of eating rabbit stew, you're treated to gourmet regional cuisine at night. Not a bad touch. So for the experienced rider, you will love cantering, weaving, ducking along the narrow bush tracks that snake up the valley. And for the beginner rider, you'll love that you can hone your bush riding skills on safe bush trails that your horse has stepped for decades. The next one is our Tassie Tiger Trail in Tasmania. This ride is the Duck's Nuts and is the only way to explore the Apple Isle. This 5-day, 4-night ride is a brilliant combination of all of our favourite things: riding horses, exploring secluded beaches and pristine rainforest, and savouring amazing regional food and wine. You'll fall in love with your cheery, full of life guides, Jen and Jeremy. So for the experienced rider, you'll love how soft and responsive your horse is and that you can ride bitless and still have control. And for the beginner rider, you'll love the natural horsemanship skills that Jen and Jeremy will show you. Now let's look further afield. So Mongolia. If you're looking for an adventurous overseas destination for you and your non-riding partner, Mongolia is the perfect place to cut your teeth. We have 13-day and 19-day rides to choose from, and it's the calmness of the horses and the open steppe that makes this riding destination a perfect environment for a beginner rider. Be warned, the beginner rider will need to be fit, as some days require long hours in the saddle that can soar even the most experienced rider. Not to mention the saddles aren't fantastically comfortable, but if you're a modern day explorer, this ride is a surefire way to leaping from a beginner rider status to an intermediate level due to the number of consistent days in the saddle. For the experienced rider, you'll love that this entire country lives and breathes horses and the undeniable feeling of freedom when you're canting across the open steppe. For the beginner rider, you'll love the consistent hours in the saddle, from long stretches of trotting where you'll master this sitting trot to traversing tricky terrain. Okay, next. Grab your Stetson hat and stampede string and get your yeehaw on. Think Big Sky Country, Wyoming, USA. This high-end guest ranch near Shell, Wyoming is a brilliant option for experienced and beginner riding couples. No matter what level of riding you're at, you're going to benefit from this horse riding program where every day is customized to your riding desires. You can choose to poke cows, take a riding lesson, summit a mountain and enjoy a saddlebag packed lunch, or have a half-day ride and then trap shoot or fly fish in the afternoon. Rest assured, this is not a nose-to-tail dude ranch, no siree. So for the experienced riders, you'll love the nifty cow horse that you'll be teamed up with and galloping after a runaway beast in the open prairie. For the beginner rider, you'll love the flexibility of this working ranch where you can choose structured riding lessons in a sand arena to rustling cattle. Your daily riding routine will be tailor-made for you. If you're up for an adventure and feel that you've completely missed your calling as a cowboy or cowgirl, then you need to sign up for the Bighorn Cattle Drive. There is nothing staged about this cattle drive run by the Kearns family, who have been grazing cattle in the Bighorn National Park for generations. Be warned, you can be in the saddle for up to 8 hours per day, so beginner riders need to be fit and have a good sense of humour. For the experienced rider, you'll love that you'll be able to pick your own pace on a daily basis and learn to draft and doctor cattle in the field. You certainly won't complain about the number of hours in the saddle, that's for sure. Now for the beginner rider, you won't be mollycoddled in this ride, that's for certain. It will be a steep learning curve, but rewarding all the same. You'll love that this ride starts with a half-day horsemanship clinic, which gives you a great foundation before heading off into the wilderness. And finally, Glenorchy, New Zealand. This is a 5-day, 4-night ride set within Lord of the Rings country. You'll feel like you're riding through a movie set the entire time with the ancient beech forests and glistening translucent rivers. For the experienced rider, you'll love the fast-paced canters through narrow bush tracks and through ankle-deep river crossings. And for the beginner rider, you'll love that the hours in the saddle per day are just enough to appreciate the experience without getting too saddle sore. So there you have it, Globetrotters, a wrap up of all of our rides that cater for both advanced and beginner riders. Remember to subscribe below, and thanks for watching.